This 1954 Ferrari 250 Monza is significant for two reasons: its racing history and its style. I'm Chris Woodyard from USA Today, here at the 60th anniversary of Ferrari in America with Dana Mecum, one of the country's best-known auctioneers from Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Dana, your personal car, what makes this car so significant?
Well, it has a dual life. It started out in life as a race car in Europe, has a significant racing history in 1954, 1955.
So let's break that down, the racing history. What did it do?
It won its first race, and some of these French names I can't say them. And
in Europe,
in France, and then it also ran and competed well at the Mille Miglia, which is one of the most famous races in the world.
And then they changed bodies on this car.
In 1958, it was changed at the factory, and the original body was a Pininfarina Spider. In 1958, it was rebodied with a Sciatti pontoon fender body.
What do you mean by a pontoon fender body? Tell us a little bit about the design of this car.
They just call it a pontoon fender. It's the look of the fenders on the car and stuff. Sort of looked like pontoons on a boat or something, and the original design behind that was the intention of getting more air to the brakes for racing and so on. If you look at race cars in the mid-50s, 54, 55, they had a lot more horsepower than they had braking. This was a time and a period where they were trying to learn how to cool the brakes. They couldn't get the brakes to catch up to the, and if you start to read some history and stuff, that's when you see so many of these sports race car drivers getting injured and killed in the crashes, and it's because they had so much more power.
And that's why we have these big open fenders.
Then they had brakes. And part of the big open fenders was learning how to get cool air to the brakes and cool them and so forth. As, you know, technology was trying, technology with brakes and tires was many, many years behind the technology of horsepower.
Fun to drive?
It's a blast to drive.
With all this style and all this racing heritage, this is the car you'd want to be seen in Beverly Hills, California. I'm Chris Woodyard for USA Today.